All right, guys. Ian Anderson, Steve Brinster, Central Coast Disc Golf, and we are bringing you round 2 coverage of the FDR Fools Fest. And tell us about the tournament, where we're at, Steve.
Yeah, well, this is a really nice course just north of New York City, and it's an event that I attend every year, and it's just it's a nice little park. We got a nice little course to show you guys, and looking forward to checking it out.
Cool. Well, what's the play on hole 1 here?
We got par 3, 365 feet. Takes a nice little shot to get down there across the river up to the putting green, but it was a little windy this day, and we'll see what we have.
All right. Up first,
Chris Scofield played a real hot first round, shot a 15 under. Hasn't really been in this position before, so we'll see how he could handle playing with some of the top players like Simon.
That's for sure. Speaking of Simon, here he is, and that is kicking left. Man, it's a pretty tough hole to start your day here.
It is, and you can't tell from the video, but the wind was blowing, and it definitely, without the leaves on the trees, it's hard to tell, but it was blowing a good 15 to 20 miles an hour all day.
Oh, wow. Casey White with a great drive, just a little bit long. Looks like a little bit of a comebacker for the 2. And who we got up here last? You got yourself. USDGC champ Steve Brinster. What are you throwing here, Steve?
That was a T-bird, and it got away from me a little bit and then took a pretty nasty little kick to the right. But I'll have to work a little hard to save my par.
Yeah, these wooded holes out here in the Northeast make par saves pretty tough.
Absolutely.
That was a decent pitch up there. Simon's looking at a long putt here. He's even thinking about it. Wow.
Nice bid from Simon.
And how's your look over here, Steve?
Not much. I'm just trying to get something close, and wanted to start off, first couple holes and get some birdies, but I didn't have the opportunity there.
Looks like you're probably not going to be losing any strokes, though. Yep, Casey misses his bid as well. Looks like we'll be looking at a par frame here if Casey can get out. Again, this is Casey? Or not Casey, sorry.
This is Chris. Yeah, and he had a little tester. We had some nerves. The gallery kind of built throughout the day, so I think that was probably really good for him to kind of clean that up, being the first hole, and maybe he could shed some of those nerves.
Yeah, that's not a putt you want to have, but it's a nice putt to have made after your first hole. Everybody drops in pars. And we'll be checking out our scores. So Chris is on the lead by 3. Pretty tightly packed other than that. Is it 18-hole course, Steve?
Correct.
Wow, 15 down on 18 holes out there? That's good.
Yeah, it was a really good round, and it's certainly a course you want to score on, but any course you can shoot 15 under on, you're doing well.
There you are. What's the play on hole 2 here?
You're going to see most players take an Annie route here and try and come back towards the basket, but we had a pretty stiff right to left wind, and it was really pounding down shots. So you're going to see us try and get it up in the air there, but you see Simon where it's just kind of riding the disc down, and he's flirting with OB there. The gunite there is out of bounds. So.
Oh, yeah, you can see those flags down there. It was real close. Looks like Casey's going to go forehand for us. That going to work?
Yeah, he's up there on the dance floor. He looks like he's a little tied up in some stickers, but he's going to have a putt.
Reaching for a rock here?
Yep, this is one of my go-to rocks right now, and I try to make sure I put enough air under it, and it got a little bit away from me, but I should have a look from behind the green.
Nice. You like KC or DX?
I'm throwing mostly KCs. Even have some older ones in the bag, some old 11 times, so I got a good mix.
Oh, nice, man. Such a good disc. So here is your look for the 2. Yep.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed to let that go. I really wanted to come off with a hot start, but
not to be. Chris gives it an honest bid as well, but that'll most likely end up in a par. Simon's got a clean look for 2 at least.
Yeah, and he bangs it. So good start for Simon there. He'll take the box on the next hole.
Yeah, known for his distance, but that man can putt. Casey's got to look for bird.
That's it.
Oh, no. So that is OB.
And that went out of bounds. So he opts to re-putt. It was quite a bit shorter than where it would have been where it went out of bounds. And
Putt.
quite a putt there. Yeah, that's great to see from a young kid that he was, held his composure and stepped up and made a good solid putt after an unfortunate roll.
Yeah, and he also remembered you can do that. I feel like a lot of people forget that's an option.
Yeah, totally.
So it looks like you made your comebacker. Chris is looking for his right here. Nicely done.
Yeah, and he gets to go. And at this point, I thought Chris might have been able to start to get things going. He made 2 good putts and thought he might start to feel a little acclimated to the round. So we'll see what he can do from here on out.
Sure enough, Simon with a stroke on the card, make that lead a little bit tighter. And hole 3, speaking of tight, oh my goodness, Steve.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's 2 routes here, 315 feet. The drone took us down the Heiser route, which I think is a little bit more dangerous, but gives you a better opportunity for birdie. And you'll see most players take the Annie route, but it is a pretty tough shot.
Yeah, it's not exactly wide open either over there, is it?
No.
Simon found a pretty early tree. Chris is hoping to get through clean. Uh-oh. Oh, my.
Yeah, he's found himself in some trouble there.
What are you reaching for here, Steve?
This is one of my new Shimmer Destroyers. And I
had a great line.
Yeah, I did. And I hit the initial gap, and there's only one tree there at the end, and I managed to find it.
Looks like you still got a putt, though.
It's a lengthy one, but yeah, I do. I have a nice uphill bid, so I could take a nice stab at it.
It looks like you're closer than the rest of your card there, as they all find pretty early trees on the safe route, funny enough.
Yeah, and FDR is a unique course where you'll see 2 baskets on each hole. There's a yellow basket, which we played the first round, and this round we're playing the white baskets. So you'll see that throughout the coverage. But this round we were playing all white pins, which is the further pins.
Gotcha. Make it a little bit tougher. Chris gets most of the way there. Still has a long putt for his par, though. Casey with a forehand up here. How's he looking?
Yeah, he's on the dance floor.
Okay. And you are trying to make this thing go in.
Was pretty disappointed in that.
Yeah. He gave it an honest effort, though. You got it up there. Oh, look at this from Chris.
Chris sticks another one, and after wanting to go, maybe birdie at least 2 of the first 3, Chris steps up, bangs a putt, and no one's really gained any strokes on him yet. So he's holding his own right now.
Yeah, I think Simon's just got 1 stroke on him so far. That's it. Simon saves par. Chris looking for Casey looking for a par save as well. Not bad. And looks like you got just a little par dropper.
Yeah, a couple drop-ins and on to our first par 4 on the course.
This course looks great, Steve. You a fan?
Yeah, I am. It's a really fun course to play. It suits all different skill levels, so it's just fun. It's one of the courses that I get to a couple times a year. It's less than an hour from my house.
Man, but it's beautiful in the spring. We're seeing all the leaves on it right now.
Yeah.
Looks gorgeous. Where are we going?
All right, so this is a par 4. As the drone flies here, most players land in this area, and the trick is to not letting it skip too far left. You also see players take sidearms off the tee, and then your second shot winds its way up this hill here, and this hill is pretty steep. It's pretty hard to get your disc to stay close to the basket on your second shot.
No doubt. Really sloped green there. And here is the forehand you called. Simon off the tee, probably a PD2.
Yep. This was a great shot. This was maybe the best sidearm I've ever seen off the hole, and he even caught a late tree there, but he's still in really good position.
Chris, he opted for the backhand here. Uh-oh. How's it over there, Steve?
Yeah, it's not good. There's a lot of trouble over there.
What do you have in your hand here?
This is a Sentinel, and I opt to try and throw something to kind of sit down and so it doesn't skip too far left.
Okay, pardon my ignorance, but what is a Sentinel?
Sentinel's a Millennium disc. It's a mid-range, overstable mid-range, and it's been a go-to disc for me for at least a decade.
Wow, man, cool. First time I heard of that. Casey with a great shot, middle of the fairway. Chris trying to get out of trouble. Did he do it?
Yeah, and that was amazing. I saw him from the side, and I said he's in a lot of trouble over there, and he threw a great shot, so he's got a chance to save par.
Hey, he hit some great windows. Looks like you're ripping a rock up the hill.
Correct, yeah. Yeah, it's a Casey rock, and it went a little bit backside of some trees, but got it all the way up there, and I'm pretty happy to have a chance for birdie. This is a fairly tough hole.
Yeah, that's 2 great shots so far. Casey going forehand again. Can he get it up there? Oh, my goodness. Almost hits Michelle over there.
Yeah, and that's a really nice play on a hole like that. That hill is steep, so being able to throw a sidearm, that's a nice play. I was extremely surprised to see Simon not take care of his up and down there.
Yeah, he gave himself a great window.
Yeah, that was just an excellent drive. I've never seen somebody up that far, and he just got a little lazy maybe.
Yeah. Chris with a great upshot. Looks like he'll save his par. Oh, my gosh. Oh, sit. Okay.
Yeah, I thought he made that putt, and it was so soft and hit right side. I thought it was going to get pulled in there.
Simon reminded me of like a mom staring at his misbehaving kid right there. Nice birdie, Steve. What do you putt with, sir?
Short. My straddle putts I'm putting with grid stamp AVRs, and kind of longer range, low ceiling putts I use Millennium Super Softs.
Okay. So Casey coming back towards the basket for his birdie. Casey. That's got to hurt after 2 great shots.
Yeah, it didn't look like it was that bad of a putt, but yeah, when you're walking away with a 4 after 2 good shots, it doesn't feel all that good.
Yeah. Looks like you just got a stroke on the card right there.
Yeah, it was, you're always trying to gain some momentum, and so I was finally able to pick something up.
Yeah, and there you are, getting in the mix. You're just 3 back of Chris, just 1 back of Simon for second place right now. And that is going to take us to hole 5. What are we doing, Steve?
Hole 5 is what I think one of their signature holes, 510-foot par 3, right down the hill. It's a nice gap, and it goes all the way down to the reservoir. Certainly a tough birdie, but it is a really beautiful thing to get it to watch it go all the way down the fairway to the pin.
Man, are people throwing mid-ranges on this one? Or?
Yeah, some guys can get mid-ranges there. I'm throwing a T-bird here, and I yanked it directly into the trees.
Not a bad kick, though, I don't think.
No, I got a little bit of forward progress, but sometimes you just got to kind of laugh at yourself and move on.
That's the best way to handle it, I think, man. No use getting down on yourself. Does nobody any favors.
Absolutely.
Simon, get most of the way there. Looks like his MD. And Chris, let's see what he's got for us. Looks to be a fairway.
Yeah, I think he's throwing a T-bird there, and he pulled it down the right-hand side and hit an early tree, so he's going to have some work to do.
Man, what a beautiful hole. This looks fun.
Yeah, Casey misses down the right-hand side, but goes all the way down. I'm pretty sure that was a mid-range as well.
Oh, my gosh.
And at 510 feet, throwing a mid-range and puts it inside 20, you can tell the elevation, and it's just one of the most fun shots to throw on the course for sure.
Yeah, that looks great. Chris getting most of the way there. He's going to have another long par tester. See what Simon's got. Little patent pending. Huh.
That's a pretty good shot. I mean, depending on what your lie looks like, you can get kind of tied up. I was fortunate enough to have a pretty easy gap here to hit.
Oh, yeah, just a little hyzer window, huh? Just a little bit long, but no shame in that. And Chris looking for another long par save. That one was not meant to be. It's going to turn to a bogey. Simon looking for his par save.
You got it. And Simon's just so solid putting, and especially in the wind. He's got a nice flat putt, and it's almost like the wind doesn't affect it a lot of times. He's just really good putter.
Yeah, he keeps it so flat, and he's got enough velocity on there. It just cuts through, it feels like. That wasn't a gimme comebacker for Chris.
No, it wasn't, and he made another putt, so he keeps it going.
He does. Casey for a stroke on the card and 2 on the leader. Well done, Casey.
Yeah, that's a great birdie.
Sure is. That's a stroke on most of the field, honestly. Not that you can't get it there, but there's a lot of trees in between.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I would say that it definitely averages well over par 3.
Yeah. That was your par cleanup. Keeps you within striking distance of the lead. Actually, you're now a little bit closer as Chris drops back. We got a great race here, Steve.
Absolutely. It's anybody's game right now.
What's the plan here, sir?
Yeah, hole 6. This is one of the easiest holes in the course. It's pretty much a must-get when you're on the lead card and if you want to make a run at the tournament. So 245 up the hill. You hit the first gap, and it should get you in putting range.
Casey with the forehand option. Right at the basket. Give him a good chance for 2.
Yep, he's inside the circle.
Are there 2 fairways on this one? Or just the one?
Yeah, you can take the hyzer fairway. There's a couple late trees going up the right-hand side that about the 35, 40-foot range. So most players play up the left-hand side and deal with these trees that are closer to the 18 to 20-foot range.
Yeah. Makes sense. Mr. Lizotte. Beautiful-looking Annie.
Yeah, and that was turned in right towards the basket. Caught that last tree, but he's still up there, well inside his range.
Hey, Chris, is he going putter?
Yeah, I think Simon also went putter.
Oh, yeah, he probably went P2, huh? Or P1X. Ooh.
Nice putt from Simon.
That it was. Popular spot to be, it looks like. As you and Chris are there as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
There you are, driving the bus to Birdie Town, Steve. I love it, man. So remember that dad putt you made at Worlds 2014? You remember that one?
Oh, yeah.
Out of Milo? Oh, it's so sick. See if Chris can hit it. Nice putt, Chris. He's solid on the green.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we're 6 holes in, and he's made 5 good putts, and so he's showing that why he's on the lead card.
Yeah, just need to get those drives locked in and turn those 3s into 2s. There's Casey with a nice 2. And Chris getting on the board with his first birdie as well, I believe. Star frame?
Yep.
Like you said, that's the plan on that one.
Absolutely. It's kind of a must-get. If you want to be in the thick of it, you just can't let that one go, especially when you step up to a hole like this. Hole 7's a 400-foot par 3, and the gap is extremely tight. Most players play down this left-hand side and try and get it to flip up a little bit for a righty backhand. Basket's on a pretty sloped green, which can also cause some rollaways.
Man, you got to shape something beautiful to get it there.
Yeah, absolutely. So you see Casey throwing a sidearm here. This is also a pretty common play on this. Try and come backside of these. And if he was 2 feet higher, that was almost a perfect shot.
Yeah, it looked like a great shape on it. You're going with the middle. Looks like a rock again?
Yeah, that's my straight rock, and I try and play straight down there and let the hill work its way down towards the basket, and that was just about as good of a shot that you can throw on that hole.
It looks like you're pin high, right?
Yeah, about pin high, maybe 35, 40 feet.
Where's Simon going?
You know, this is Simon doing Simon things, and I'm not sure why he wanted to do this. Sometimes I think he's bored. But he saw something, and he's one of the only people in the world that could even attempt it. So he's going to try to go for, I thought was a Sky Mohawk.
Whoa.
and it was.
Where does this go?
It got down there, and I guess when he looked at that fairway, he said that the only way that I know that I cannot hit something early is just to go over everything. So he finds himself, probably inside 100 feet.
But not the cleanest look, and Chris is also going to have some trouble here with his second.
Yeah, this is not a hole that you want to hit something early on. At 400 feet, it's really kind of just get something down the fairway. Twos are absolute bonuses. You just really want to try and avoid fours.
And that was his third, so he's going to take at least a 4. Here is where Simon ended up. I guess not the worst spot.
Not too bad, and I don't know if he was trying to run it. I thought he had a pretty good alley from there, but he left himself a little bit of a putt coming back up the hill.
Oh, did he? I missed that. Casey getting pretty close on his second. Should be able to save par. And you are looking for a stroke on the card here and 2 on the leader, at least. Get it, Steve.
Yeah, I wanted that one. I kind of knew these guys were in trouble, and anytime you see me take a little bit longer, you know that I'm getting focused.
Putting that extra want on it.
Yeah,
man. Great putt. Great hole. That's a separator for sure. Oh, no, Simon. That was a little longer than I thought it was. Casey for his par save.
Yeah, good putt from Casey.
Yeah. Hey, he saw it on the green. This guy is as well, looking to save his bogey. Chris trolling us with a Jomez hat. There's a lot of that going back and forth. It's pretty fun. And Simon dropping in the bogue. But you will get a stroke on the card, 2 on the leader, and all of a sudden, you're tied for lead, Steve.
Yeah, you see there 14, 14, and 13, so it's still super tight. I'm trying to keep the gas pedal down here as we go to hole 8, the par 3, 290. This is a hole that most of us really want to get. It's tight, but you throw a halfway decent shot, you can get down there putting. So I'm trying to just keep it going from here.
What are you reaching for here?
This is back to my Sentinel again, and I just didn't put a very good move on it, and I ended up about 50 short.
They will be trying to get a stroke on you. Casey up first.
Certainly the door is open right now for anybody to step up to this hole. It's only 290. It is a hole that you certainly want to birdie. And you see,
not trying very well so far, Steve.
Yeah, you see a pretty uncharacteristic shot from Simon. He surprised me quite a few times in this round, and that was another time there.
There's an opportunity for Chris to retake the lead, but I don't think this shot is going to do it, or is it?
It did. Okay. He kind of went inside, and it fought all the way through, and so he's back in the conversation now with everybody within one stroke of each other.
Yeah, great battle going on. Simon gave it a half go. That'll end up in a par. And you're staring this one down. It's right there. Clean look.
Yeah, it was. I had my struggles this day, but when it's blowing and with some of the other things going on, it was almost who's going to make the least amount of mistakes, and
sure.
That wasn't a very good bid, but stayed out of bogey and ended up only losing a stroke to Chris here, who got all the way up there and is going to pick up another bird.
Yep, there it is. It's so funny. I would not know it's windy if you hadn't told me. You just cannot see it out there.
Yeah, I very surprised when looking at the footage, but yeah, easily 15 to 20 steady all day.
Crazy. And you are dropping into par, as did Simon, I believe. Chris with a stroke on the card retakes the lead, And I love woods golf. You get strokes flying all over the place, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. And you're going to see a little bit of a transition as we get into the back nine here. Hole 9 is 610-foot par 4. Relatively short for a par 4. It's really all about getting out of that first gap. At 610, the bigger throws can get all the way there for a potential eagle. But for most people, it's really about getting out of the first gap and just making sure you don't hit anything early.
Sure enough. I'll see what you guys got for us. Looks like Chris will be up first after that birdie. Uh-oh, Steve.
Yeah, he made kind of the fatal mistake, and I was pretty much trying to make sure I don't go 100% on this, put a good move on it, get down there. I have reached this hole before, but I've also gotten in trouble as well. So get down the fairway, try and get up and down for an easy birdie, especially knowing that Chris was in some trouble.
Definitely. Smart play right there. Oh, what'd you throw off the tee there?
I threw swirly Brinster Destroyer.
Nice. Now see where Casey ended up. Should be a pretty easy up and down 3. Simon, you know he's thinking 2.
Yeah, absolutely. Simon's always looking to put on a show, and with a pretty steady tailwind there, it kind of just made it hyzer out a little early, but he's found himself probably 60 to 80 feet away for his eagle.
Oh yeah, that's a good look at it. So Chris, after finding that early tree, this is his second. Going roller?
He threw a roller there, and it was quite a good one as well. It got all the way up the hill, and so at least he's trying to limit the damage at this point.
Yeah. Great shot by him. Reaching into the bag for the trick shots there. The patent standstill roller.
Yeah.
Not always easy to pull off. Casey with a nice upshot. That'll 3. Chris looking to get up and down for a 4.
Yeah, so you can see it slopes down a little bit past the basket, and that one got a little bit past. So he's got a little work to do for his par.
He does, doesn't he? That was your layup for a birdie, and this is a eagle bid from Simon. No McMahon for him.
And all of a sudden, he's got a little tester for birdie after having a pretty short range eagle putt.
He does. It's kind of a little bit of a death putt, too, with that drop-off. Chris's putting does fail him there. He is going to bogey, and you are going to birdie. So that's giving you the lead, I believe. Simon wants a birdie as well. Good catch.
Yeah, he cleans it up.
Casey's got a little... How far did he go down? Oh, not too far. Did you watch Casey and Simon's video of them trying to hit that huge ace?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, they're fun. It's Casey's he's got a really good head on him, and you could tell he's still at that stage where he just loves just throwing frisbees. So I'm sure that those guys were out there doing all sorts of fun stuff, trying to make a good video.
Yeah, but looks like a fun hang for sure. 3 birdies and the unfortunate bogey from Chris drops it back to a 3-way tie for second, and you got a 1-stroke lead over everybody. Steve, we got 9 holes left to go. Ready for it?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Awesome. All right. Thanks for watching this one, guys. We'll catch you in part 2.